Hello, welcome back to Painting Geeks. You join us for another Streets of Venice unboxing video, which will hopefully go better than the last one. Yes. Today we have the Venetian dice tower for fun. We just fancy the dice tower.
Yeah.
Would fit in with Carnivale, which also kind of could double up as a building as well, if you wanted it to. And then we have the Venetian tower. And this is the
big.
I don't think they do this one anymore.
Do they not?
It's one of the ones who stopped doing. They've altered it, so it's got a longer front and like a window box and a different kind of topper on. I don't think it's as tall either.
To be fair, this one is more like the one in the St Mark's Plaza in Venice.
Yeah, I think that's what they modelled this on, and then I think they've gone back to have a look at it for Carnivale and altered it a bit to make it a bit more usable. Right, so which are we doing first?
We'll do the dice tower first, shall we? Because
okay.
This is quite a big one.
Dice tower it is.
Coming out already.
Yay. 4 of 4. That's a good sign. 4 of 4.
You can smell that burnt wood smell.
There we go. So we have all 4 of the things anyway.
Cool.
So hopefully that's it. I imagine that's the top part. Right, so these sides are basically both floors together. Because the more important thing about this is really the internal workings of the dice tower, really, to make it just go and come out. So, like any other building that we've done, what we're going to do, we'll push out any parts that will come out, like so, and we will cut out any parts that won't. And it looks like the right grey board.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous now, but no, it looks okay. Looks good. Right, so we'll get all these bits off, and then we will be back and ready to start. Okay, guys. So we're going to build the sides first with this bit inside. So we have 2 of these which are pretty much identical. You know, it's like this. You got these pegs at the side there, and you got this bit here. And also the bit there goes at the top. I did have this in a second ago, sorry guys. And then we've got another one of those which is pretty much identical. You have these little down arrows on. I presume that's to tell you the way that the dice are travelling. And that one obviously fits into there, so it goes ting ting. And then we have the large one at the bottom, which also fits in the same way. And obviously that's so that it hits there and rolls down into this bit here, basically. And then we have the other side, which should fit on, he says. How does that go on? Yeah, when you go the right way around. I'm going like that. So the bricks definitely got at the bottom. Right, so that's the first bit we need to do, is glue this into place.
And then it's the front part.
So
and the back.
This will be the bit that goes here because the dice need to come out. That's going to go in and there.
And that's the back.
Which seems to fit. And then we've got the back, which is this bit here, which is going to go on there. And then
you're building the roof.
The roof. Okay. So let's get these parts together, and then I shall return. Right guys, so we've got our box. Yeah. Next up we're going to go into the roof. So this is the roof section which is going to be holding onto the top of the building. This is where your dice are going to go in. I'm not sure which way around this goes. I think that's the back.
Yeah, that's the back.
If you, I think that way around. So I don't know. But we need to build up. So we have these sections here. Which way around? That'll go that way around. Yeah. Like that. And then we have the shorter sections there. Which are going to fit that way around. So the best bet really is to try and put them in as a square. And then we've got these bits, which are the edges, and they're going to go on there. So you've got a long one, 2 long ones, 2 short ones, obviously. Then we have these little bits of architecture, which are going to go into those sockets there, all the way along. It's a bit like one of the other buildings, one of the bigger buildings. Okay, so we are going to stick these bits on, stick the little small bits on, and attach them to this. Okay, so we'll come back once we've done that, and then we will proceed. Okay guys, so we've got our main box. We now have the roof. That's still drying, but what I'm going to do now is attach the main box to the base. It goes on like that, and then I'm going to attach the roof on. Which way round did it go?
I think we said that big piece at the back.
Big piece at the back. Kind of makes sense. It'll stop dice getting caught in that bit there. Yeah, so the big piece at the back, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go and stick this together, and then I shall return. Okay guys, so this is what we've got so far, this dice tower. So, next job is to put on the bit that stops the dice from flying off. Because what's the point of a dice tower if it doesn't contain the dice? So we have these 2 side panels, which go on like that. And then we have this one that goes at the front, which has got the lip on which goes there. So we're going to attach that on. I'm also going to put this fancy door frame on. When I took this off, be careful because these 2 bottom parts were very separate and ripped off. Fortunately, they're sort of ripped in half as well, so I was able to glue them back on. But as they're not structural, it's more like for fanciness, aesthetics. Not too worried, but I'm going to stick those on there. And then we also have this mini balcony, which is a bit like the one on the cast, one of the casters that we've done, where it's going to go on here. So this plugs into these 2 gaps there. In fact, I might do this before I do this, because this is going to have to be pushed in. We have these 2 small little bits, which are going to go in the sides there, and one on that side. And then we have the front balcony which is going to go there. So this is just for fanciness again, to make it fit in with Carnivale. So I'm going to stick all those bits on, and then we will return. Okay guys, so we got to the point where we're putting the grey board on. So we have these long pieces of grey board. These are going to cover the corners. And we have this line up the middle. Now I'm going to have to score that with a knife to make it fold properly. But it will go on there, with the large side facing forward. We also have these little bits of brick and these long bits of brick. Now the little bits of brick are going to go on this side, and then we have a long piece of brick for either side. We have this large door frame which is going to go there. The small door frame is going to go on the door of the balcony at the front. We have 2 pieces of grey board which have this sort of extending part. Yeah. Those are for this side. Is that right?
Yep. Is it?
Yeah,
like
that'll
that.
fit on there. In which case, it might be the. I'll have to fit the. I'll let you know which way around this goes when we come back. But it might be the small side goes facing forward, because it does on that one anyway. Where's that? Right, so. Doesn't on that one though. That's a bit odd. Okay. We'll have to see how that looks. Then we have windows. There's one there. There's 2 there. And then we've got 2 there randomly. So there's 5, that's right. Then we have this piece of fanciness, which I don't know what that
It might go on the back perhaps, because it's certainly not showing on the front.
Let's see it there. I don't see it there. I'll have to look at where that goes. Then we have these little bits here, which we're going to go over. All these bits of card are basically to cover all the bits of wood, so that's why they're a bit odd in where they are. But we've got these bits here. We've got one that goes there. We're going to have two on this side, and then we have a smaller little bit that's going to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the grey board on, and then I can show you it with that done and figure out which way around the thing should go on the edges. So we'll be back in a moment. Hello, so that I'm covered in grey board blackness. So that's how we stuck them on. That's the larger side there, with the smaller side there, smaller side, larger side, and then the only way they'll go on, these two, is that way around. I don't know whether this cut a little bit out of line, whether it should be more central or not. I was thinking that was some of the other laser cuttings, like on the windows. Because if you look at it, there's like, those cuttings in the middle are too high. They should be down a bit, so they go through the middle of the... do you know what I mean?
But we have noticed with that piece there, there's...
This piece is a mystery. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere. There's nowhere for it to go, and there's no image of it which shows it.
Even that piece is off centre.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't know what the game is though. But I think they may have. Some of these seem to be off and out of line. Like there, and that one, it's too low. I think those should be more. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm not too worried because it's more of a dice tower, it's not scenery. You know, little things like that could be quirky in the end.
It could be actually, yeah.
Rather than everything uniform, it might end up looking alright on that.
Yeah.
But there we go. So the last thing to do is the balcony, which is very similar to the balcony we've already done on a previous building, where we've got two of these and then another two of these. They get glued together, so the four become a two, and they go into there.
I thought you were going to start singing Spice Girls song then or something, when two become one or something like that.
Well, these two then become one and go on to... Fair enough. And then we have these little grey board fancy bits for the balcony, so that bit's going to go on there. Then we have that bit's going to go on that side, is it? So I asked that as a question, didn't I? Because that's weird how that fits in. Yeah, it has to go on that side. Yeah. And that's going to go
on
there.
There.
I've got the right around, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to go on there, and then that goes on top. So it goes together like the last one did.
Yeah.
Seems to have a lot of overhang. So where does that fit onto?
Just have a look at the pictures for you. Just below the two windows, so around there. Yeah, you've got a lot of overhang there, haven't you?
No, that's how we put the other one together. I think we even used the same parts as that.
We did.
To be fair.
Right.
There's not an extra bit that needs to go on the back of this. I remember when we cut these off. Let's just check the sprues, because I'm just wondering if there was an extra bit, because you could cut them slightly different sizes. I'm wondering if we've missed that off when we've cut it off the sprue. Let's have a quick look. We'll be back in a second. I'll build this as well before I come back, and I can let you know if there was a missing bit or whatever. Okay guys, so I've stuck this on. There is a gap on the actual balcony piece, but the bottom parts there, you can see, they connect on, and the top part connects on, so it's secure. It's just got like an unsightly gap in it, which the balcony set, you get like, if you haven't seen the video we did, you get like a small piece of wood, and you can cut it to size depending on what kind of balcony you've got. It's just for sure really anyway, and if we do put it on the table, it can be used as a small building. with a hole in the roof.
Yeah.
Basically, if we wanted to. But it will get used to the dice tower, and Claire is going to be the one to
have some dice.
Make the inaugural roll with guild dice.
Okay.
It would have been funny if they didn't come out.
I know, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh no.
If they didn't come out, that would have been hilarious. So you've rolled a critical failure, a 9 and a 4.
Oh.
So it does work. There we go.
Oh, that's not bad.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there we go. So that is the dice tower. I said it is for rolling dice. That's what we're going to use it for.
Yeah.
Hopefully when we're filming, I don't know whether we're going to... If we have it on the board, it means there is a central point. I kind of have to put it where the camera's focused or get a second camera on a phone or something, I don't know. Yeah. Or have it offside. We've done that once or twice before with board games.
Yeah.
Where we've had a scoring part on another camera.
Yeah.
It does look good, but it's just getting it to work.
Was that when we used our mobile phones as cameras? Yeah, I remember that.
That was a while ago now.
It was.
So it might be worth trying again. And then doing a video in video for dice rolls. That could be interesting. It's a lot of work though. But it might be worth it. Right guys, so that is the dice tower. So now we shall move on to an actual piece of definite 100% scenery. The Venetian tower. Fingers crossed this has everything. This is the last building from that order that we got. So all the buildings you've seen us do together all came in one big order that we got. Combat, including the ones with the missing parts that we'll never speak of again. They've wrapped it twice. It must need it. It's heavy, to be fair. I probably thought we better shrink wrap this twice. Right. Venetian tower. So fingers crossed. We should have 7. I can tell we should have 7 because it says 7 of 7. So that's 7 of 7. That's 5 of 7.
6 of 7.
6 of 7. 7 of 9.
1 of 7. Oh. 2
of 7. 3 of 7. 4 of 7. 4. So we've got them all, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yes. Yeah.
1, 2. Let's make sure.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 of 7. Right. So there's a lot of this one. It is a biggie. We're going to need the instructions. Imagine these. This looks like it's probably the base of the tower. It's not a massive floor footprint, but it is a massive building. Then we have all these bits. Looks like there's quite a lot of internal structure going on. It's like a railway bridge. Look at those bricks. Awesome. And then we have there. These are all sides, obviously. Very blank. It might be worth considering adding some window boxes and stuff to it. I don't know.
Well, we could do because we've got those extras, haven't we?
I mean, we've got window boxes and we've got extra balconies, so we can always add some to it. If it is just blank, and we'll have a look when it's done. I think that's the best bet. Have a look once it's all together. So, as with every other kit, we're going to take this all apart, put it in a big stack, and then come back and put it together. Right guys, we're back. We'll start taking things off, and I notice it says right on there, and then we've got right, left. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to build, and the instructions for this now we've looked at them are in segments. So we're going to build this slightly different, rather than throwing everything off and then starting from scratch. We're going to build it segment at a time. So we're going to start with the bottom segment, which is that one. Well, is that me? I don't know. That might just be some cut off. Right, and then which walls is it?
I think it's these blank ones, to be quite honest, because there's some that have got these like holes in for the windows, but the first lot seems to be the blank ones. So it looks like you need 4 of them.
4 of these?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we should split all them up to blanks, windows.
These are all blanks.
Those are all blanks.
All of these are blanks.
Right. So these 4 must go at the top then.
All of these are blanks.
Right.
That's not going to win, no. Ah, oh, aha. There then. So we have these attachments at the top. And we have these attachments
at the bottom, so yeah.
They're going to have to go like that.
Yes. So we need to. That's what I mean. I think we need to sort them out.
So that is a second floor or a third floor, and that is a second floor or a third floor. That and that have to be first. So does that, because there's no attachment.
So you also want one of them, then, don't you?
So it's got to be that one.
That one. Yeah. So that will be the middle floor then.
So these aren't in any particular order on the sprues, because that was off 2 different sprues. I was getting concerned.
Yeah,
with the way it was.
So we keep them all together, didn't we?
Yeah. So that's. So maybe. Yeah. There we go. So there is an interlocking system. He says, screaming again. Come on, you. Then we have, that's got to be on this one. If it goes that way, I don't think it matters which way you put the square. It is a square, isn't it?
It is a square, yeah.
As long as it fits in, it shouldn't really matter whether. Because that does fit in there. That'll just fit in there, and that'll interlock. So once those are in place, we have this bit at the front, don't we?
Yeah.
Which consists of those bits.
And the main door.
And the main door, which is here. Came off easily, thankfully. A lot of these are actually falling off, so just trying to be careful. So the main door is obviously going to go in there. I'm not going to put hinges on this simply because there's nowhere to go. But the main door, it locks in again, just like that. And we have this bit at the top. Is this the top part for this?
Let's have a look. Yes, that's the roof bit.
For this bit. Yeah, that does fit in there. Yeah, and there's 3 corresponding holes, so that must be the roof for this. We've just got this weird bit at the back then, by the looks of it. There's definitely corresponding holes in the walls, like that. Then we have this attachment. Do any of the walls have that on? Because that does go back. Let's have a look. No. The image. Oh.
Oh.
That was just sudden realisation of inexorable truth. Okay. So these walls all have detailing in them, don't they?
Yes.
So we have this arched effect, which is one of the reasons it looks so cool. It looks like it goes down there. So if the arch effect's going down there,
I'm wondering if one of them would fit in there.
There's going to be an arched piece there, an arched piece there, and an arched piece there.
But I've noticed they're called... You've put left and right on them.
Yeah.
So it's like, which side are you saying is left and which side are you saying is right, and what is the front?
I didn't put left and right.
No, you didn't put left and right on them. I'm saying the thing goes left.
Thinking. Well, those are going to be at the top, obviously, because they've got the archways.
Yeah. But are those going to be for the front? Because it's not got anything next to them, has it? You've got right next to all of them, is it? Left next to all of them? Or are we classing those two as left as well?
Well, like you say, what does left and right mean? I know what left and right means.
Yeah,
Don't
but-
mock me.
No,
But-
which way? It depends on which way you're looking
Yeah,
at the building.
but do you mean left?
And right, or are you looking at it from the back? In which case, that will be left and that will be right.
If you've got left and right, which one's the middle?
Yeah.
They're all left. It is sectioned off, so that's all right. That's all in that case. That's all left. So they're left.
Right.
By that definition. There's actually a line along there which sort of sections them.
Sections it off, right, okay.
And these ones on this one,
Don't have anything on it.
there's one right there. And those ones don't have anything on it. Oh, I'm blowing Bennett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. I wasn't even add up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are we going to need with those though?
Well, for the front section, you'll need 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's all you need, isn't it? 3 for that, the next bit. So you need 3 down the side,
Yeah.
3 down that side, 3 along the back. That's that section because you've got that on the front. Your next section will have 3, 3, 3 and 3. And then you'll have your arches at the top, won't you? Because it's in 3 segments.
I think so. I think I'm following what you're saying. Okay. So before we put the front door bit on, we have to put these protruding brick columns on. There's,
And it's lining them up as well.
it's lining them up. I'm thinking, in order to help line them up, we actually start here because these ones are already lined up for us.
Yes, and then work our way down.
Work our way down and come back to the roof.
I think we're going to have to do all the segments together, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're not going to have to put them all together and then,
But
like you say, do that
if
top
we do
bit
the archways first, we know everything's
and then
going
we
to line
can
up correctly.
fit the next one on.
I think that's the best bet. So we'll start at part 4, 3, whatever it is.
So that's those.
You're like dealing with a deck of cards there.
Oh, yeah.
Choosing that one.
Okay.
So these are the ones from that section because they've got these
The slits.
arrow slits in.
Yeah.
And again, they interlock in the same manner. So I'll just tell them. They interlock in the same manner as the other ones. So what we'll do is we'll build that one first, and then we can work our way down, like I said. So we'll put the 4 of these together. We'll put on the arches over the top, and then we'll be back. Okay, guys. So just as an addition, I was hoping there'd be some sort of internal integrity to this. This is what these are for. These are going to fit in at the bottom of this. Basically like that. Gluing there and there. Try not to get any glue on this bit because this is how they're going to connect together. And I want to leave that free, obviously, for ease of use. Ease of transportation, really. You could really... There's no real internal detail, so you could stick it all together if you weren't moving it anywhere. I'd probably recommend that as well, but because for storage and so if you're leaving it on a table somewhere for years, you were never going to store it anywhere, never going to move it, you stick the whole thing together. But if you want it for storage, you're really going to have to build it in separate parts like this. So that bit's going to go in there. The 4 walls are going to go on. They can only go on they can go on in 2 ways, but there's a shorter wall and a slightly longer wall. They'll fit together. And then we're going to put these on the outside, like I said. And I'll be back when I've done the first bit. Okay guys, so we have our first box, if you will. Bit of glue there, still drying. What you did notice is when you're lining them up, if you line them up from the top, you've got all these little lines on both the fascias and the inside. And that's about the best way to line them up and see if you're in line with anything. That's kind of what it looks like. See there, we've got the holes for clipping onto the next level down. So let's move down a level. We're going to want another one of these, and then we have the.
I think it's those there.
These. It must be these because they're the bottom.
Yep.
So again, these are going to go together. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick them on, and then I'll come back and we'll have a look at how these bits, the 3D parts, if you will go on. Hey guys, we've built this box here. I've also put the bottom part together as well, glued that. And I've used this temporarily just to keep this bit together. This is the base for the tower bit right at the top. I've not glued it on, but it does have 4 things obviously to sit on. It's holding this nicely in place. Okay, so now we're going to put on the rest of the fascias. So we literally have, this is how we worked it out, left, that'll be left. Was that left?
It depends on which way you're looking at it.
You're looking at it, that's left. Or, yeah, I'm going to go the way I'm looking at it. Let's go left, centre, right.
Yeah.
And see if we're correct. So the centre ones, there's 8 of them, and they're not marked as centre, but there's 8 that aren't marked as left and right. So I'm pretty certain they're the centre ones. Pretty damn certain.
Right, so if I pull off the centre one.
Pass me a centre one.
That's the centre one.
Thank you. This is the centre one. And that, in theory, will go on there. See? Whoa. So that'll be the centre one. So let's just pull that off there for a second. See if there's any alignment. Yeah, so you can still line it up with the bricks there. There is a line on there. So what I'm going to do as a test, see how good these lines are.
Do you want to write one next?
You get, yeah, maybe the right one. I'll put that on there. So I know that's in line with this one. Take that off. Wow, it does line up. So that little line there is in line with the line on the tab there. So the centre one lines up anyway. Sweet.
That's the right one.
So this is right.
Got a bit of brick there on.
It's fine. Some of these bricks are falling off.
Yeah.
But I don't actually mind because you've got this big flat surface with no alterations. So a few little missing bricks here and there actually might make it look better. So let's have a look. Okay. Put that down. There we go. That's better. Wonder why there's a gap. Right. Right. Hang on. So I thought, oh, that lines up. Doesn't line up there. Right. So that's right.
Okay.
So it's as though you were inside the building looking out. Is your left and right. So left, centre, right. By the looks of it. So what we're going to do, we'll put them on like that. If anything goes wrong, I'll be back. Alright guys, so regards to what I said before, I think I said it wrong. Because I've done all 4 sides of this now. This is left, this is right, as though you are looking at the building from outside, and that's centre. So the way it lines up, and you've got to line up the right way round. Because if you flip them, they've got a different fitting. Thanks. So, way to overcomplicate things. But there we go. No, that's done. I need to do the same on the bottom run. On here. And then I'm going to fit on the front porch part of it as well. And put that on. And that way I know everything's lined up properly. And then I'll be back. Okay, just in addition to the porch, as I've just discovered, by looking at the picture, there's this bit as well. This is going to go at the front. So it's best to fit this bit first, and then that bit goes underneath. So you can see that hole's extra wide. You've got to fit both the internal sort of step this external bit there. On the edges we have this bit as well. That needs to go on, and then at the bottom we have this step, which is going to go in there and in there, give it like a little couple of steps, fanciness leading up to it. So I'm going to fit all those on as well. See you in a moment. Right guys, so we've got the bottom section done, the second section on there as well. Everything seems to line up-ish, thereabouts. What would be best is if you had some sort of elastic bands to hold these as they dry. One at the top, one at the bottom. Because I did notice some of these begin to sort of like move out a bit.
Oh, there.
Yeah. They sort of bow out, so it'd be better to have some sort of method of holding them in place as they dry. And taking your time over this one. We do have one left over though.
It's a left over.
It's a left over. There's a left. I don't know why.
No idea why.
Don't know why. So we're going to move on to the next stage, which is the top part, really, the roof part, which is what this is for. So this is the part I was using earlier to hold the bottom bit in place. So now we have these bits. It's like we've got. It's going to go in there. Like the interlocks again. Yeah, that makes sense. That one going on there. Looks like we got a. Is that the one there? Interlocks on there. That's a bit strange. That means that must, for some reason, go that way around. So we've got one side that doesn't have any locking mechanism. That has to go there. So that's going to attach to that, that's going to attach to that, and that's going to attach to that. Is there anything else we do with that, or do we just put the roof section on?
Let me just have a look for you.
I think we'll probably just be putting the roof straight onto that. So once those 4 bits are on, we have this. Again, it's missing one of the... right. So those...
Yeah, 3 of them are like that, aren't they?
3 of them are like that. So even this bit's separate. So you can take this off, put people in there, have a secret conflict, and then leap out into a hell bit at the bottom. But this thing's massive. I can see why they think they've made it a bit smaller, to be fair. Right. So that's going to go on top. And on top of that, we have these 2 triangular pieces. They just interlock. Brilliant. I can get that bit right. So they just interlock, and then they're going to fit on there, which should support the grey board to make the roof. So let's get all this MDF together, and then we shall start on the grey board. Okay guys, so grey board time. Let's see, we've got this bit done. So starting from the top and working our way down for grey board. First off, we have this. Should be straightforward. We're building a pyramid, and hopefully it won't take as long as the Egyptians do. I'm just going to put that in there, and we don't need any help from Ancient Aliens either.
Giorgio says yes.
Just some PVA glue, hopefully. Who knows? If we do need help from Ancient Aliens, Yoda is sat in the living room. It's fine. So that's the roof. Then we have this section. This section, I believe we're putting these on there, like so. And then we're putting those on there. Is that right?
Yep.
So obviously there's one of those on each side, so it should be 4 each of those, if that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Next up we have the next section down where we actually started this whole thing. These apparently go on there. Again, there's 4 of these, 1 for each side. And then that brings us down to the bottom. That brings us down to the bottom. So we have these pillars. There's 6 of these. One goes in there, one goes there, one goes there, making a corner. So sorry. So one goes there, and then one goes there, and then one goes on the front opposite that, making a corner. And we have the grey board around the door. And hopefully that's that. I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yes.
So once we put that on, we'll come back, We'll kind of show you, pan up and show you the entirety of the building. It's huge. Bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Right, so let's put it together and finish it off. Okay guys, so we have finished the tower. Now I'm going to pan up and show you the tower. So what we need now is some dramatic 2010 style music. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Rest of Venice in the background there. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, dun, dun. It is this big. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Sorry guys for that, I tuned it down. But it's massive.
Massive.
So I can see why they made it a little bit smaller. Yeah. I really like it. So
I think it's
it'd
quite
be a great
cool.
centre point for just looking at and just being blocking every single piece of line of sight imaginable to man. Wow. It's just huge.
Big. Puts that one to shame.
Yeah. I'll zoom down, hand down, you can see all the TT Combat stuff in the background there. We're going to be working
yet
on.
to be.
My Nuka-Cola
Cup.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Massive. There's a model next. It is shudge. Yeah. Still not entirely convinced all these are in the right place. Some of them look like they're out of line. Again, probably should have used like elastic bands to hold that together until it's completely dry. Not too bothered. Obviously,
it makes it look quirky.
It's a little bit quirky. Some of the obvious bricks have come off because the way they've cut them, they're sort of attached to the spruce, and when they came off, they come off fully. It doesn't really matter. It gives something for Ezio to hold on to when he's clambering up. But as you can see, there isn't really any sort of handheld parts for these guys to hold on to. Once you get to that point, he doesn't even fit in there. But once you get to that point, it's like, how much is it? Have we got a measure? Ometer. Have we got a measurometer?
No, we haven't got a measurometer, I'm afraid.
I had a measurometer around here. I must have packed them all away. But yeah, it's massive. It's huge. Yeah. So climbing this might take a while. Right. This is awesome. I do like it. But I think the newer one, I think it might be maybe a section lower, and this bit's come out enough to get modelled on top of it. And then there was, it must be a section lower because actually you had like a window box garden thing there.
Right, yeah.
And then you had the top part. So they've lowered it, put more bits onto it. I mean, I was thinking of putting bits onto this, but as you can see, it's difficult because of the actual design of it. Putting something onto it, I mean, you have to put it in the bottom, probably section, and fill it a little bit. Might not be a bad idea on the back, maybe. I don't know. Maybe get two window boxes next to each other, lower down, just so there's something to jump onto. I have to have a real think about that. I might just leave it as it is, just so it's a centre point for the table and really sort of stands out. There we go. So that's the end of our first section of Streets of Venice. Not the end of Streets of Venice, because I do have, in fact, the chapel next to me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint all this first, catch up with my painting, because I've still got to paint the ones from the video from hell, and paint these ones. So once I've caught up with those and the wells and everything that was from the last video, then we'll move on to the chapel and the actual canal sections, because we've got some of those now.
We did.
So I've got two of each, and I want to see how much space they take up on the board. Then I've got a better idea of how many I need, rather than measuring it out beforehand and then making a judgment on that. I'll just play it by ear. There we go. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, help us out loads, and hopefully we'll see you again soon, guys.
See you soon.
Take care for now.
Bye.
Bye.